Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mai, and today's video is this modern, fully base game house that I have built in Oasis Springs. And I've never done a fully base game house, so I thought it would be a really fun idea. And we're starting off with most of the shell already done because this was kind of a funky shape. I really wanted it to fit in with its surroundings. So since a lot of the houses around here have kind of, just odd shapes, then just needed to take my time to make that. But we do see quite a bit of the exterior, I think. And instead of using one of the base game fences, I decided to just opt for a half wall and line it with some bushes. And we're working on the floor plan already. This house has a lot of just already pretty easy shapes, I think, that just make for just natural rooms to take place. And we're also going to be creating this kind of garage here on this side that is going to be converted into a bedroom because we don't actually have cars or any use for a garage. So that's kind of always just a fun way to, create a realistic looking house but still make the spaces functional. And the way that I created it is just by using some of the roofing trim and just framing it with some columns. And I did this really cool thing where I used a blue stucco on most of the house, but then I made the roofs have a kind of lighter kind of white stucco. And I just thought that created kind of a cool contrast, made it a little bit more visually interesting. And for the roofing, I just used these weathered shingles, and they just looked kind of crisp and nice. I just decided to also use this retro luxe, I think it's called, wood paneling to be the wood for the garage. And I do end up also using it as kind of accent walls around the house. And you don't technically need stairs here for the platform, but I thought it would be kind of nice to have, but I just couldn't really find ones that worked, so I just left it as is. And just kind of finishing up the exterior. It was because we were using platforms, the regular large doors were kind of clipping into the roof, so instead I used this one, which doesn't look too much like a front door, but I make it work. I add a lot of windows around it. And here in the corner, this is the main idea that I had when I started building this, is that I wanted this kind of little stick out bit to have these windows lining the side. And they do also kind of stick into the platform, but I just thought it kind of added to the charm. Maybe it makes it look a little bit more sleek, kind of like an infinity pool vibe, except it's windows. And I really wanted to see if I could make that very classic bay window. I was gonna say base game, obviously everything's base game. That really classic bay window, I wanted to see if I could make it work in this build, but instead I actually opted for these mega windows, I think they're called. Just they're kind of mission style windows from base game. I just thought they looked really cool. And this is where I'm kind of adding more of that brown paneling around just to kind of break up that blue. And we're starting on the flooring and just using this very modern flooring, and in the garage obviously just tiling. Since the tiles the squares didn't fully match up, I just kind of twisted them around just using my not bracket keys. They're the little kind of sideways arrow V shaped kind of keys. I never know what those are called, but it just kind of moves the tile around, kind of twists it around, rotates it, and lets you be a little bit more flexible with the shapes that you're using and where the lines are and everything. I'm just kind of trying to find some accent walls, trying to see what modern wallpapers I have available, because although I am I'm very well versed in the more traditional wallpapers that we have because I use them a lot. So in the modern ones, I'm just absolutely lost. But here we're just picking some doors for this bedroom space, or this little hallway that goes into the bedrooms and the bathroom. We do have these 3 bedrooms and then 1 bathroom, and then obviously the garage bedroom. Only 1 bathroom for a lot of people, but you'll see how I make it work. Actually, you won't see it. You'll see it in the screenshots. Sorry about that. But anyways, I make it look nice. And we are starting on the kitchen. Just don't mind me talking right over that. Just using these counters. I really like these counters. I actually really like that brown swatch. And I keep wanting to say like what pack they're from, but everything's from the same pack, so then it's not necessary. But I use the fridge that is just like an unlockable item from the culinary career. And I pair that with the stove, it's like a kind of industrial style stove. And because the windows, I end up putting the two appliances right next to each other, which isn't like super cute, but I think it works. I think it's fine. And I do fit in like a sink and a dishwasher. And I don't know, it just like looks better because like I really wanted those windows to like, I don't know, because you're not supposed to put a stove under a window. So I wanted to try and keep it a little bit more realistic like that. And I fit in a little breakfast nook here, and it's really cute. I really love these base game chairs that came in an update. I don't remember when, but they're super cute, and I don't know, I loved using them here. It like kind of added a little like art deco touch almost. And yeah, I'm just trying to find ways to fill in the wall space off to the side. I decide on a hutch here, and I'm just kind of trying to figure out the placement of that. I decide to put the hutch closer to the arch and then kind of frame the table using these two paintings, or sorry, not paintings, these two plants. And yeah, just placing some paintings behind that. I think it ends up looking really cool. I actually really like this kitchen. I hope it doesn't like look too cramped. But yeah, I also fit in some aprons, which is fun. And here in the living room, we're kind of deciding on what couches to use. I knew I wanted to use like a blend of them. I didn't want it all to be super matching. So I was just kind of trying to see what like style, not like coordination, but style combination would work best. And I do fit in a little fireplace, and because of the fireplace, like the windows kind of are really weirdly spaced out, but I think that it kind of works because I don't know, it's a modern house. Modern houses are a little bit funkier, you know, like modern art kind of thing. So I felt like that was fine. I think it still looks cute. I was trying to find ways to like make it look a little bit like more anchored and less awkward, but I think that it looks fine as is. The only thing we did have is another little awkward space off to the side, and I was trying to fit in some paintings. I thought maybe I'll fit in a bar, some bookshelves, and instead I end up fitting this grand piano and just kind of making a gallery wall. I spent a lot of time figuring out how to make the right gallery wall, and I'm not even just talking about like the right paintings and the configuration, but also like which wall to put it on. Because for now I put it on this like right wall, but then I end up putting it on the other side, and on the wall that it's on now I end up putting a bookshelf. That'll come later. I really love this rug that I picked for the living room. It's obviously base game rug, but it's one of those really big ones that are at like the bottom of the menu, and I just sized it down using like shift and my left bracket key, and yeah, it just came in this perfect swatch that added like that big pop of yellow, and that kind of like helped guide the rest of the color scheme in this house, which I just adore. But yeah, that's a really fun rug. And here in the corner next to these big windows, I end up putting a little lamp and an armchair, except I'm going to switch it to one without arms. So is it technically an armchair? But yeah, just this one and a little bit of a little coffee table end table with a plant on top. And it looks so cute. And I also placed that little boat decoration on the fireplace, which looks adorable. And yeah, just placing some plants and art around. But here's when we come back to the whole gallery wall issue. I thought maybe I'll just make 2 gallery walls, but that's like super overpowering. But yeah, I'm also trying to find like different paintings to use than the ones I've already picked, trying to size them up, trying to size them down, just trying to find the right orientation, but they weren't really fitting and they were getting blocked by the piano, and it was like a whole situation. And I also like couldn't figure out what color frames I wanted to use, whether I wanted to go with like a dark brown or if I wanted to stick with that gold. So yeah, I was confusing the heck out of myself. And I think briefly I decided to just kind of give up. I don't really remember when I do that. But yeah, I'm still just like fidgeting with this. I do actually really like the result. So I am happy with like how it all ended up. But yeah, I think this is where I finally decide that I'm going to place a bookshelf on this area, on this wall, and yeah, just place a painting on top. So clearly the people that live here are very musical. Later on in post-production, I actually add a little bar stool next to the piano, just like I don't know, just to kind of fill in that space. And here in the entryway, I end up making it the dining room. And yeah, I guess I just imagine that maybe they really like to entertain. And I just used that same rug that I used in the living room. I just used it in a slightly bigger size. And I also used the same chairs that we use in the kitchen, except I used it in the yellow swatch to kind of like match that pop of color. And next to the window here, I'm just kind of trying to like add an ottoman and a little table. I think I ended up switching the table for plants, but yeah, just to kind of add more fun seating and fill in that space next to the window. Although it's really cute, I think, as like a little reading area probably, or a little place to sit when you're putting your shoes on or something. And yeah, just adding more seating around, I think it's a great way to just kind of fill in spaces that don't really have a lot of room for something functional, but I don't know, there's a limit to how many plants you can add to a build probably. And I don't know, it's also just like fun to have kind of variety. But yeah, this is where I end up switching that table for plants, and we're actually already moving on to the bedrooms. There you can see a little peek of the bathroom to the left, but we're starting off with the smaller bedroom that I've decided to make a nursery. And for the kids' bedrooms, I've tried to not make them super, like, they don't have to be modern, because I don't know, I feel like parents kind of pushing that style onto the kids isn't like super fun. I don't know, although it is the nursery, so the kid doesn't really have a say in anything, but I don't know, it's still, I still like it when the kids' rooms don't fully match the rest of the house, because I don't know, kids will have their own style. But I do really like this brown and kind of like pink color scheme that I've gone with here. It's a little bit different. I think it's very, like, it reminds me of like the early 2000s. I had so many pieces of clothing that were brown and pink, or like just like outfits that I would pair, they'd be brown and pink. I even had, one time I had 2 shirts that were like identical, and one of them was brown and the other one was pink. I don't know why we were so set on brown and pink in the early 2000s, but I love it, and I love that I got to kind of bring it back here. I don't think this is a color scheme that I have ever used in my life, at least like in The Sims, obviously, but I don't know, it just came out super cute and just like fun, and you know, it's still a little bit like muted, but I also really like the little pops of yellow that I've added around. And yeah, that came together quick. So we're moving on to the second bedroom, which is a kid's bedroom. And there you can see what I've done with the bathroom also. I think it's a great opportunity to just like mention that. I've decided to divide it in 2, and the front is like a sink area, and the back has the like toilet and the shower and bath, which I think was a good way to, like, if you're getting ready, then there's like still, I don't know, there's still a little bit more space. It's almost like having a half bath and a full bath. But yeah, we're using a lot of the modern items more in here, because I wanted there to be a little bit of the modern, obviously, because it's still, you know, a modern house, but I really did want to use a lot of just like the fun kids items and mix in a little bit of traditional, like with that chair. I think it's super cute. And I do think that also like the wallpaper isn't the most modern, or like, yeah, you can't really call it that modern, with like the gingham and stuff, but I do think that it still like works. I think that I could make the gingham look a little bit more modern if I wanted to, but yeah, I just, for the kids' room, I wanted it to be a little bit more fun. I just think it looks really cute. And I do give them a desk, and I do give them a toy box, but honestly, I don't think I give them too many skill building items. I guess like the stuffed animal works as a skill building item, but I don't know, maybe they're the type of like kid that just like, I do actually put monkey bars outside later, so I don't know, maybe they work on their motor skill and stuff, and not too many of the like imagination items maybe. But yeah, I also placed this little bookshelf with the butterflies. I love this little bookshelf with the butterflies. I think it's so cute. And I put in a ton of posters. I think that the posters are adorable. And yeah, they just fit in great. They're such a good way to like fill up this space. And I really love putting that little bow on the walls. I've done that a few times in a few different builds. I just think that it's like adorable, and it really like ties in, get it, ties in with the bow on the chair that they have at their desk. But we're starting on the parents' room now, the primary bedroom, and I bring in again that blue and yellow, which we see, I guess, in the kids' room as well. And this room actually turns out really, really cozy. I use a lot of brown to just kind of like warm it up, And all in all, it just ends up as like a really like sunny, happy room. Something that I tend to see a lot in modern builds is that, I don't know, the houses just feel really cold. So I'm really glad that that didn't happen here. I mean, I really did try my best to not make that happen here. I don't know if maybe I made some parts not modern enough. I'd love to know if like what you guys think, if it is modern enough to even qualify as a modern build, or if I don't know, or if I went a little bit overboard with the contrast or whatever. But yeah, I also place a desk in here, and yeah, because there's not really, I don't think there's a desk anywhere else for the parents. So yeah, it's just really cute in this little corner next to the wardrobe. I don't know if any of them like work from home. Obviously one of them is like fully a musician, but I don't really know what the other parent does. But because I kind of like the desk is a little bit like minimal, they probably don't work from home, because I feel like there would be way more office clutter if they did. Yeah. Or maybe it's a single parent that is a musician, and yeah, they're just kicking it, and they just have that computer for emails. But here in the corner, I place a little chair, and that chair I can just imagine probably has like a lot of clothes and clutter on it at some point, if it was real life for sure. And back here behind the bed, obviously I can speak, I just placed this little painting, which I think is an unlockable item, so like you could only get it like through a career or something. But if you actually just like open your little cheat box, do like Shift-Control-C, and then just like write bb.ignore gameplay unlocks entitlement, then you can have access to all the unlockable items, whether it's through skills or careers or clubs or whatever. Yeah, you just get access to all of that. And over here I'm trying to find a rug, and I really love that like oval rug shape, but it just like wasn't really working, and I really wish that we had more oval rugs like that, except in a better style with like better colors. I think that would be yeah, infinitely better. And over here I'm putting in just like a little bit of decoration just to fill that up. And we're starting off with the, like, I was gonna say living room, with the garage that is a bedroom. I can definitely imagine like a teenager moving in here and just being like, okay, you know what, I'm taking over this space, I need my own little wing of the house. And I gotta say, I'm pretty obsessed with this room. It is very far from like my natural style, but I just really love, like, I don't know, the pops of color. And I put in like a punching bag, and I put in a desk, I put in guitars. I think it's just like, I don't know, it's just like a really fun teenager's room. And I think if I was using the high school years expansion in this, I probably would have placed like those windows that you can sneak out from, because that would be perfect in here. And but no, I do really like the style of all of this. I also used that rug over by the punching bag. The rug that I used is also an unlockable item, and it's like a foam rug, so it's perfect for a little gym area. And also put in some movie posters. I thought those were really cute. And yeah, just definitely this person is like really cool, and I imagine that they're kind of like overachievers maybe as well, because from like the style of their room, they definitely have a lot of different hobbies. And I really love that I got to use that little yin yang rug. I don't think I've ever used that, because it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of weird and pixelated for some reason, so I've never really fit it in. But thankfully I did here, and it looks really nice. I just sized it down so you can't really tell as much. But over on this wall, I'm just kind of putting like a wall of achievements, kind of, and just like a bunch of posters of, I don't know, things that they either participated in, or just like events that they like watching. And yeah, just like making it really colorful and fun, and kind of like very like Mod Podge. They didn't really measure, they've just kind of been placing things as they go. And over here I used these like fluorescent kind of like modern, I don't really like pop art items. Over the dresser I placed the sloth ones, and over on the side I ended up doing 2 llama ones. But we're moving on to the outside now. That room came together pretty quick, and yeah, over here I put in outdoor dining, I put in a barbecue, and I incorporate a lot of green out here, which I really love, both in the dining chairs and that little bar stool that I decided to place next to the barbecue. I just thought that was really fun. I love placing little bar stools like that around. I think that they're really great items that, like, I don't know, they're kind of easy to fit into places, and they don't really take up a lot of space, and it's a little bit unique. I just really, I don't know, just love doing that. It's my new thing now. And just like putting some planters around just to kind of like almost like round off little edges, like all the little corners, just almost as like a, not like a fencing, but you know what I mean. It's like a little divider. And here on the side, I'm placing another kind of like large patio, and I use like a very short half wall to, I don't know, frame that as well. And those are the monkey bars that I added for the kids. And I also put in a telescope, and I put in this lounge chair with, just a little table on the side, so you can just like relax and watch the stars. And then if you see like a meteor shower or something, you just like go up to the telescope. And also this really fun, like, I don't know, little kind of outdoor living room pretty much. And just using those benches and the two little end tables that I put in the middle as kind of a coffee table. I tend to do that a lot with this table from Tiny Living, and I don't know why I never thought of doing that with the base game round tables. That looked really cute. But we are already furnishing the kind of entryway, the front patio. And I do actually kind of struggle with this a lot, and in the end with post-production it ends up looking quite different, but I do use like that green bench and those plants that are kind of like framing the entryway table right now. Not the entryway table, the front door. Oh, the front door. I know the word for front door. Right now I'm trying to place a fountain, but that doesn't really work, so X that. And just doing some terrain paint now. I do end up doing a lot of landscaping off camera because I actually did a lot, just like adding rocks and my favorite of like low-lying flowers. I also put in some palm trees off camera. I think I just wasn't really in the landscaping mood right when I was filming this, so I need to kind of take my time after. A lot of palm trees around, and these are the low-lying flowers that I love placing. But we are in the screenshots, yay! So you're actually going to get to see all of those little extra details that I've added. I'm so excited we're already in it, and there you can see, just all that landscaping, the like agave plants, I think they're called, and also, a lot of rocks. I feel like rocks are such a great way to fill spaces. And this is our finished entryway patio, our finished dining room. I think I just added a little plant in the middle, some paintings around, all of those extra decorations that really make a house feel like a home, I think. And look at this fully completed dining room. I just really love this dining room so much. It turned out really nice. And here's our kitchen. Kept it very simple. I don't think I added anything like off camera except maybe like changing the like overhead lights. This kitchen is super simple and fun, and very brown and blue. I feel like I used a lot of brown, a lot of blue, a lot of yellow. Those are definitely the main colors. And here's our living room. Again, don't think I changed anything. It was already looking really nice. Something that you see a lot in modern design is just like minimalist design, minimalist furniture and decoration. So I tried to do that. And there is our little bar stool that I placed next to the grand piano. Like I said, it's just always a fun way to kind of fill in a small corner. Here's a hallway. I did it off camera. It's just super simple. I added some art, a bookshelf, and of course a little runner. Can't really have a hallway without a runner. And here we have our bathroom with these two separate rooms that I've made, the sink room and our like toilet shower room. I think it's just like, I know it's not realistic in The Sims, but I think it's a good way to kind of separate the needs filling. But we've jumped a little bit over to the garage right now. I really wanted to showcase this bedroom first. I just really love how it turned out. It's like super colorful and fun, and I feel like you can, if we had like drums in this one, I feel like drums would be a perfect place or a perfect addition to that room. And here we have our nursery. I feel like nurseries are a nice place to keep it simple, not just because you don't want the baby to get overstimulated, but there's just like not a lot of personality. It's just a baby. So I think that if you have Growing Together, this would also be a good place to kind of spruce it up, add some stuff from Growing Together. And here we have our kids' room. I think it ended up really, really cute. Maybe this kid is a little bit more like on the older side. I feel like that could probably work, but I don't know, this room is still like really spacious and nice, and you can, I don't know, there's just like a lot of room to play around if you have any other packs that you want to add. And we are at the primary bedroom now. This one's really cute. It's really simple, and I feel like it's a nice little getaway from, I think, like the much louder, almost harsher modern like living space or general living space. And you're just out looking out onto the gorgeous backyard. Here is our little dining area and our patio. I love the way that these spaces turned out, and with only base game, can you imagine that? I'm just so glad that I got to do this build for you guys. It made it much more accessible, and I hope that you enjoyed this build as much as I did. Bye buds, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Comment and share with your friends. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.